Wow. A little bit of sunshine during the rain, a lot of rain. It's been raining a lot here in California. Um, for the past couple of nights, I don't know, it's been kind of, I want to say hard. Um, my son has been kind of not being able to sleep through the night. Like, um, I think it's called 18-month-old regression or something like I forgot what it's called, but where children his age wake up in the middle of the night over and over again. And after I work, because I work a lot, after I work and I come home, I don't go to bed. Like, if I go to work late, if I work until maybe 11 and I get home at like 11:30, midnight, my son will wake up. And sometimes I'll be sitting with my son for 2 hours, playing with him or trying to get him to go to sleep, um, watching cartoons with him or playing with him. So we'll be up, you know, till maybe 2 a.m. And then I'll turn around and I'll get up at like 5 or 6 and start working on my graphic design business or my YouTube channel. And I say all the time in all of my live streams and all of my videos that I don't have a lot of time to do videos. I don't have a lot of time for social media. I don't have a lot of time for foolishness, shenanigans. I don't have a lot of time for, you know, the energy that I had to put into YouTube when I was doing it um, as a full time thing. I don't have the same time because YouTube is one of those things you got to put a lot of energy into it in order to get, you know, it to be lucrative. A lot of people come onto YouTube and they come here for the notoriety. They come here for a community. They don't necessarily come here because it's a business and they can make a check off of it. When you're making a check off of YouTube, it's a lot of work. So if you are a single mom, and if you go look on other channels and you see single moms and they're posting videos, best believe they're putting a lot of energy into their videos. They have to also take care of their kids, probably alone, go to work, and then turn around and edit. And so for me, I'm doing so much. I'm doing so much. I did a live stream last night in the dark. And that's not the first time I've done a live stream before in the dark. When I was pregnant, I used to do live streams in the dark all the time. Like I would be in the bed and I would talk about my pregnancy. And so, anyway, I did a live stream in the dark last night, and someone commented on it and was basically just talking about how the content that I used to post is better than the content that I post now. And that because they've been a subscriber for a long time, they're disappointed in the type of content that I put up now that is not necessarily well thought out. And I don't think a true supporter of mine, would actually post anything negative about me. I think people genuinely, like, who are supporting me, love me so much that they just wouldn't consider, posting anything negative. A lot of times, people who are supportive of me, they just come here to talk with me and talk with people in the chat. And just depending upon what the topic of discussion is, we talk about that. But this person was saying that now I put on my channel, all I talk about is my failures. And this led me to understand that perception of reality is real. Because I remember the video that I did last night, the live stream, and I was talking about how hard it is, the hardest part about being a woman. And towards the end, of course, like I always do all of my videos, um, I have a positive message attached to everything that I say. Every single video, it's something positive attached to it. So if I'm telling a story about something I experienced, whether it's a excuse me, whether it's a failure, I think I'm coming down with a cold. I was sneezing earlier. Um, whether I'm talking about an experience I had, or something, it's always about me pushing through. It's all about how I toughen up and push through it. And I said to this person, and you can go see the comment is still there. Um, the comment is definitely still there. And in it, I am telling this person, like, as much as I've been through on YouTube, the ridicule from my own people, for me, I have been an activist for the period of time I was an activist for the African American community. To see so many of my own people ridicule me and harass me and stalk me and just be so cruel to me, for me to still be sitting here on YouTube posting videos for people who are so negative. I just don't know if it's worth it. You know what I mean? And so, like I said before, I've said this on a lot of videos. I don't get this same negative energy on any other platform. And when I do get on another platform, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is, when I start putting in the work and getting the videos up on those platforms and getting people to watch, I'm never attacked. And the only time I'm attacked is if it's someone pulling from YouTube. And they'll always let me know that they're from YouTube because they'll mention somebody from YouTube, another content creator that told them to come to my Facebook or my Instagram to stalk me every single time. Every single time I see someone trolling or attacking me on Instagram or Facebook or another social media platform, they always mention someone from YouTube, some man from YouTube. And so for me to still be on YouTube posting content, I'm trying to figure out, is it worth it because of the negativity? I mean, I could go to plenty of other platforms to post content. That's not an issue. The problem, I think, may be that I have people that are truly supportive of me over here on YouTube. And I think that the mission that some people have to try to get me off of a platform, when I've done nothing to be able to be taken off the platform. Like if I was breaking YouTube's community guidelines or something like that, then I could understand being taken off of a platform. But I think a lot of people put too much energy into trying to destroy someone instead of just finding other content that they support. People are putting more energy into not supporting someone and the tactics that they can apply in order to, terrorize someone than they are in actually supporting someone who they feel like is worth their energy. And I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm just saying every time I come on YouTube, right? And I look at my comment section or I look in my live chats, and my moderators say this too. It always seems like people have an opinion about me, but they have to go out their way to try to get me to acknowledge their opinion if it's negative. It's like they want me to know. My thing is, when you don't like somebody, you just don't watch them. You don't go out your way to make sure that they understand that you don't like them. You just don't like them and move on, and go watch. Like, it's so much content on YouTube. So much content. Even for African Americans now, because before it never used to be a content for African Americans like that, because this site is just a lot of white people, right? Even if you go right now, if you go onto YouTube right now and look at the YouTube Rewind video, they just put up my daughter sent me a YouTube Rewind 2019 video, and Will Smith is in the video, okay? And it's showing the memories of YouTube from the time it first started to now. And if you look at that entire YouTube Rewind video, I think you maybe see two black people out of all of the content creators that they show, because they show a lot of content creators. They show a lot of things that trended. I mean, you see Jake Paul and damn PewDiePie and just a whole bunch of content creators, Superwoman. You see all of the different races of content creators, but you don't see any black ones. And now on YouTube, it's more than enough black content for people of, who are African American. So if you see someone on YouTube and you don't like the content that they post, why don't you just watch someone else? I don't understand why, if you don't like someone, why do you torment them? And so my moderators are seeing this. And when the person that posted in my comment section said something about, I always talk about failures, I was thinking to myself, perspective of reality is such a real thing, because even with me sitting there talking about my stories, I always talk about how I triumph through this stuff, how I make progress, how much better I am because of all of these things, and you don't pick up on any of that. Like, that tells you, something about your perspective of reality. And so I decided to put on my community tab. If you don't know where my community tab is, it's basically like on my YouTube page, on the actual page, and it's like my videos, my playlists. You can go in there in my community tab, and this is where I'm gonna have people. You can even do it in this comment section. If you want me to quit YouTube, because honestly, I just want to do, at this point, um, I want to do what's best for my YouTube channel and myself. I like doing YouTube videos, but like I said, I don't have as much time as I used to, and I don't get the negativity on any other social media platform. And I can post my videos somewhere else and get monetization. You understand? So YouTube is not the only place that you can put your videos up and get money from. So I don't have to be on YouTube. YouTube is kind of like they're doing a lot of changes, and a lot of people say, hold on to the 10th, Soncerae. When the 10th comes, a lot of these troll channels will be deleted, and a lot of this whatever, and I won't have to worry about it. But my thing is, I want to know from the people who watch me all of the time. Okay, the people who have watched all of my content, I mean, genuinely, not people that's going around here saying that they're supporters or saying that they're former subscribers, just talking out of the side of their necks. I'm talking about literally people who are truly like fans of mine. If you want me to quit YouTube, or you think I should, put quit YouTube in my comment section or in my live chat. All right. If you think I should go ahead and, post what I'm planning on posting in 2020, and you want to see what I have, planned, put hashtag 2020 in the live chats and in the comment sections. Or you can go on my community tab, because it's up there. I posted the comment that the girl had, that she had posted, because, I want to see how many people actually agree with this. I want to see how many people actually agree that the content that I used to push is better. Because remember, the content that I used to do was all about African American issues. Remember? It was about African American issues, basically. Like, I spent 2 years talking about that shit. And all I saw was people arguing, people mad at each other, just negative behavior from black people. That's why I don't want to have anything to do with it. So, just keep in mind what I used to post, and the negativity associated with it. Just think about that. I personally, I don't know. I don't know. Sharita, you asked me, was I still in California before? You asked me that last time you were in my chat. Yeah, YouTube is a lot of work. Like, YouTube is not, to do it on the magnitude that I do it, it's still a lot of work. You understand? Like, sitting around doing live streams, getting on panels and being on live streams for 6 hours, 8 hours at a time, or getting onto panels, talking about people, roasting people, that's not being a content creator. That's not even close to the type of energy that you have to put in order to make a decent amount of money on YouTube. Like, you really have to put content together. Like, think about all of the popular content creators out there. They put in that work, man. Like, they really put in that work, especially if they upload daily. I know people that upload once a week and they still struggle to do that. So YouTube is not easy, and I don't know why anyone would make another person believe that, but in order for you to become something on here where it's worth something and you're making money off of it, It's a lot of fucking work. Straight up. You literally have to be obsessed with it. You literally have to eat, sleep, and breathe YouTube. Seriously. In order for you to make it. And I remember when I was eat, sleep, and breathing YouTube, where it was always about what content I'm going to put up, what video I'm going to put up, and I wasn't living life outside of YouTube. All I was doing was YouTube, and that's it. I couldn't do anything else. I didn't have time to do anything else. Yeah, the check was there, but I didn't have time to do anything else. Now, I know people that work and work and work and work and work, and then they get to the point where they have so many subscribers and they're making so much money that they don't have to keep working as much. But then you got a whole nother set of issues that you have to deal with. You understand? Like when you start making money, let's say for instance, if you were only making $20,000 a year, you have $20,000 a year problems, or $20,000 a year things that you have to deal with. But then when you start making $100,000 a year, you have $100,000 a year type of problems. You're in another tax bracket, so it's other things that you have to pay for. It's other things associated with it. Like when you start seeing other people living like luxury lifestyles, what you don't factor in is how much it costs for them to live that and to maintain that. And so when people see me go from Atlanta to move to California, right, and I'm living around all of these, people who are wealthy, everybody's basically a millionaire, everybody's basically out here working like crazy. That's how it is, right? But what I've also tried to do as I'm sitting here working like crazy, because I can't slack in a place like this. This is not a place you could sit down and just lay around and do YouTube videos. No, you have to literally have more than one hustle to be able to survive here. Okay? California is not that type of place. California is beautiful. This is one of the best places to live in the United States, but it's the most expensive. Like the air quality is better, the food is better. It's just a better way of living. But when you live in a different place like this, comes a greater responsibility. So I have other things I have to pay for. Like I have to pay for the recycle person to come. Even though I don't have a choice. I'm supposed to recycle. I have to recycle. It's part of what it means to live here. But I have to pay for it. I have to pay for things that a landscaper, like I said before, I have a landscaper. I have someone that comes out and cuts the palm trees in front of my house. I have oh my God, housekeeping. Stuff like that. It's like when you change your lifestyle and you're doing more or you're making more, you still have more responsibilities after that you have to pay for, and then you have to maintain that as well. So when I tell you guys I literally don't have time to do YouTube as much, that's why I try so hard to record something right quick, and then put it like this. I have a shitload of videos on my camera that are just sitting on my camera that I video recorded, right? And then I have videos that I downloaded off of my camera and are on my computer and just sitting there on my computer because I didn't have time to edit. Let that sit with you. Then I have to turn around and I have all these graphic design clients who hit me up all day, every day. In the middle of this live stream right here, I had someone call me, hit me up and say, Soncerae, when you have time, hit me back because I got like 7 flyers for you to do. Each flyer that I do, one flyer, custom made flyer, takes me 2 hours. Imagine if I have to do 7. And then I have to turn around, take care of my son, work my regular job, do my YouTube channel. You see why I keep trying to tell y'all over and over again, I don't have time for the foolishness? Like, I don't even have time to do the live stream that I'm doing right now. I literally am taking 30 minutes away from my time that I need, or an hour away from my time that I need to come in and fellowship and be around you guys. To let my supporters know, yeah, I'm still here. And yeah, I still have plans for my channel. And yeah, I'm trying to do better. But when people come in my comment section and they try to drag me down, they don't encourage me, they come with the negativity. It's like, I dare you call yourself my supporter. I dare you come into my comment section and my live chats and have the nerve to tell me that you supported me at one time, or you support me now, or you was thinking about supporting me, but you got something negative attached to what you're saying. That doesn't make sense. Someone who supports you doesn't have that type of behavior. Someone that supports you encourages you. They're pulling for you. They're fighting for you. That's what a supporter is. Anyone who has friends, healthy friendships, healthy families know that. So when people claim they're my supporter and then they turn around and drag me at the same time, or complain about how I'm not posting what I used to post, it's like, If you have been watching me and you're my supporter, you hear me explaining why I don't post as much, because I say it in every video. I make sure I let everybody know I'm not posting the same type of content that I used to because I don't have time. I don't live stream as much as I used to because number one, I've always hated live streams to begin with. And I only do live streams because you guys like doing live streams, right? But I really don't have time to do that either. And I think a lot of people forget that I have a little boy. I'm somewhere busy being his mom. Okay? Like don't forget that with me and this change that I made with my life, like you guys have heard me talk about my pregnancy. You see me put it on my channel. Like I basically gave birth on this motherfucker. Okay? And people still trying to they're expecting me to put all of my time and energy into YouTube. I can't do that. I have a baby. I have a kid. So I can only give as much as I can, but it's not a lot. You know what I mean? And also because I decided to change, what I was doing with my channel. Like everything is about positivity. It's about finding that good energy. And if it's not about, metaphysics, spirituality, issues that as far as family law and single parenting and stuff like that, that's where my life is. And it's plenty of single moms and family channels on this platform. It's like people don't want to see me evolve into something else. They want to keep me back. And I have to keep clawing and clawing and clawing my way out of the black sector of YouTube because the people in the black sector of YouTube don't want me to do better or be out of it. People complained about me being an activist. People complained about me giving my opinion about the things as far as the community goes. People complained that I had a different perspective than they did, right? People complain saying, "Oh, I can't give relationship advice because my past experiences were the way that they were." But instead of, people thinking, "Hey, she's giving relationship advice because of what she's experienced," you know, it would make sense for her to give relationship advice because she's experienced it. Instead of people thinking that people have so much negative stuff to say on YouTube. I swear this is one of the worst places for a woman, especially an African American woman. And the black people on this site do not uplift each other, man. It's just not one of those places. Facebook, I see upliftment from black people all of the time. All of the time. And I think it's because they are my friends, people I went to school with, people I went to college with, other motivational speakers, preachers, very successful people that I met in Atlanta. So it's a lot of positivity there. It's a lot of, success there and encouragement, inspiration. So that's all I see everywhere else. It's all I see on Instagram. It's all I see on Facebook. I don't see negativity. The only time negativity is even coming into my life experiences when I'm on YouTube. Every time it's like, what is going on with people on YouTube? Like, why is it only YouTube? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why is it only YouTube? You know? Shining star, having a special needs child and autism requires more time and attention. Yeah, it would. I don't have a special needs child, but I can only imagine. I mean, with my son just being a regular kid, you know, it's a lot. Um, oh yeah, self equals everything. You're not a true supporter. Don't come in. See, this is why I made you are why I made this live stream. True supporters will also let you know when you slipping. No, bitch. Let me tell you something. You see people in my live chat who have a wrench. You see Mr. Live, he has one. Mark has one. Nikita has one. Um, these are my supporters. These are people that support me. You know who's been a new supporter of mine? Awesome Blackness channel. He's a new supporter of mine. There are people out there. I know what a supporter looks like. Jay Fitness supporter. He's been very supportive of me from day one. From day one. I can recognize my supporters. I know who supports me because I see them all of the time. And even when they see me do something different or they make some type of shift, you know, they never make it seem like something as negative as what you made it seem like in my comment section. I usually recognize people being supportive versus people who are coming into my comment section being hateful. My supporters, usually, if they think I'm slipping, will email me privately and say, Soncerae, I feel like you should do more videos about this, or you should do more videos about that. I've had come to me and say, hey, Soncerae, can you do more videos about you and Justice? You don't do enough videos about you and Justice. Give us some tips on how to be a parent or how to be a mom. I've had people say to me, Soncerae, you look so sad in this video. I don't want to see you look sad like that. I know what a supporter is versus someone coming into my comment section looking for some attention. Do not insult my intelligence up in here. I'm not no fool. When I'm dealing with my supporters, usually they use my email or they text me if they have something that may be negative. They don't openly post that in my comment section. They don't even take the energy to do that. What they do is they go watch the content of mine that they enjoy because it's so much content. Just yesterday, right? Just yesterday, before I did the live stream about the hardest thing about being a woman, the video that I did before that was just a video about me. It was a well thought out video. It was some footage that I had when me and my daughter went Christmas shopping. It had nothing to do with anything negative, all positive. It was well put together. It was edited the way it was supposed to edit, like I've edited all of my other good content videos. And you didn't bother even watching that video or putting a comment in that comment section. But yet still, here you were in my live stream, a positive live stream at that, claiming that the only thing that I discuss are my failures. All of those positive videos that I post. The video that I posted of me and my daughter out in Santa Cruz. The video that I posted of me and Zeppelin in the car, with me with the big dog. The video that I posted of me and my daughter at the top of the mountain at her college looking down. Did you comment on any of that? No. Any content that I put up that has something to do with positivity or nothing to do with what I would usually discuss as far as serious issues with women's issues or something like that, I don't see you nowhere in none of that. And when people claim they my supporter, if you my supporter, I should see you in every single video cheering me on. You should be in the comment section every single time. Mark is in the comment section every single time. Mr. Live is in the comment section every single time. Okay? And then I have female supporters. Shakita's in there every single time. No Name is in there every single time. I can name off of the top of my head who my true supporters are. So when people try to claim like they're a true supporter, no, you don't know what it takes to truly support someone. Because if you did, you would be doing the same thing that these people I just listed. Those are true supporters. Do not call yourself a supporter coming in my comment section saying something negative, knowing I don't fuck with that negative shit. I don't. I don't. And even if I was slipping, if you've listened to me talk, I've spoken about how I don't have time to do videos. I don't have time. So when I sit here and I do a live stream like this, it's because I'm stealing time for myself to sit down and talk with the people that I care about, the people that do support me. That's what this is about. This live stream is basically about people going around here claiming that they was my supporters, or they were they're disappointed in me because now I don't post this and I don't post that. Oh, so I don't post the drama anymore. If you've noticed, I don't post drama anymore. I don't post issues about the African American community. Tell me why. My true supporters will tell you why. If you can't list that, if you can't tell anyone or another person why I discontinued doing that, you're not a true supporter. Don't call yourself that. That's not who you are. That's not who you are. I don't know what you are. You can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but supporter, definitely not it. I know what a supporter is when I see one. I know what a supporter is when I see one. They give me so many suggestions. They email me suggestions. They really are supportive. They tell me not to give up. They tell me to move forward. They tell me so many things that I need to hear on a regular day to day basis. There's so many people out there saying negative things about me and dragging me to filth. My supporter ain't never gonna come into my comment section saying nothing negative because they already see other people pulling me down and stomping me down. Of course, they're not gonna do that. They know better. They're my supporters, genuinely. Not just going around saying that. Come on now, it's too. I'm experiencing too many crabs in the barrel. Too much negativity. Too much hatred. Too much of it. I see it all of the time, and then when I delete it, people mad. Oh, you mad? Now you mad that your comment deleted. You know what I mean? You fucked up about that. Then you go onto other people's platforms. She blocked me. She blocked me. Come on, man. I know what my supporters are. No, I know who's screen learning. I know who my supporters are. Supporters, listen, screen learning. It's because they're not your supporters but nosy and taking notes to tear you down. Supporters will support even if they don't like the video or info. Thank you. Thank you. Even if they don't like the video, my supporter gonna thumbs it up anyway. Because they support me as a whole. When I'm at my worst, when I'm at my best. You know, they'll give me suggestions on how to be better. If they really felt like something was wrong, that's what they do. Man, I'm telling you, man. Oh, I don't know that dude, Shining Star. I don't know him. I didn't do anything with him. I don't know him. Yeah, like, I don't know. I didn't have, first of all, self equals everything. That's bullshit. What you're saying is you said you didn't comment on any of those good videos that I just listed because I had you blocked. You unblocked a lot of people. No, I haven't unblocked a lot of people in a long ass time. I did a mass unblock 6 months ago. So why are you just now commenting? I've blocked more people in the past 6 months than I ever have. Because when I did my first mass unblock 6 months ago, I was trying to get the people that had their opinion about me to understand it isn't your opinion about me that bothers me. It's every time you come in and express your opinion, you got a insult attached to it. So a moderator is going to block you or a moderator is going to delete you. So what you sitting here and you're saying the reason why you haven't commented on any of the good videos is because you were blocked. That's bullshit because you haven't been blocked. If you were blocked, you wouldn't be able to post right now. I did a mass unblock 6 months ago. It's been a long time. So I didn't do an unblock just recently. I'm not unblocking people. I haven't unblocked people in 6 months. So you got 6 months of content on YouTube that you could have commented on and I didn't see you. So that means you trolling. Don't call yourself a supporter. That's the thing, man. I be seeing people swear, "Oh, I'm a former subscriber of Soncerae's." Like I had like this cult of subscribers or something. Like I got some flying monkeys, and then you know you decided to no longer be a flying monkey anymore. No, I've never been the type of person that begged for subscribers of it or anything. If you watch me, you watch me. You know, you don't have to be subscribed. You watch me whenever you can or whenever you see a video of mine in the suggested videos. You know, I feel like my eyelashes are on wrong. Oh, they look crazy. Anyway, I know who my supporters are because I see them all the time. I know exactly who they are. You can't you can't fool me. Hair is very sensitive issue to many people. Most people with bad hair or no hair. Mass unblock is dangerous. I have to take a lot of shots before I encourage to break down the dam. Well, yeah, what made me decide to do it is because I saw people complaining about being blocked. Even though every time somebody gets blocked, you're blocked for a good reason. A lot of people on YouTube don't know how to communicate effectively. They think they're like these great communicators. But like I said a minute ago, when they express their opinion, it isn't the opinion that bothers me. And I've been saying this for years. It isn't somebody's opinion that bothers me. It's that they have to feel like they have to insult you in order to express their opinion. You can express your opinion without having to do that. Plenty of people do that in my comment section all of the time. You know what I'm saying? Even with this self equals everything person, I left her comment up. I didn't even delete it. I left it up there. I pinned it to the top of the video. Like, oh, okay, this is an interesting comment. Well, here's my response to that. You know, it isn't people's opinions that bother me. It's people trying to insult me or people lying, like spreading shit that isn't true. So people still thought they were blocked. That's why they didn't bother to comment. Recently, I saw you were getting more comments, so I figured people were unblocked. You can sit up here and give me a shitty ass excuse for why you just now posting something in my comment section, but it's been 6 damn months. Stop. You've seen other people comment in my comment section. If you really wanted to comment on a positive video, you could have been commenting on it. And if you was blocked anyway, if you ever just happened to be blocked, it's because you was a shitty person at some point. I I just block people. I don't just go around just blocking people. Do you? This is what I don't understand. Y'all people be acting like y'all blind and y'all don't see all of this negative content up from people I don't even know. Complete strangers that stalk me, harass me, make up rumors, lies. I had one chick come into my comment section earlier and swear up that I was like this evil witch because some woman named Miss Valerie told her that I burned her baby's back. Really? So I'm an evil witch because I burned some woman's baby's back. But there's no proof of me burning anybody's kids. I would never do nothing that like that. I don't hit people's kids. I don't do nothing like that. But you going around saying this. So people try to act like they don't see people doing that. So when you come in my comment section, right, everybody's on alert. Because what I notice about people who claim they don't like me, they excessively come to my comment section to insult me over and over and over again. That's why they're getting blocked. They're not getting blocked. Listen, I give people chances. Like the first time, I can always tell when I'm dealing with a troll who's going to be a problem. I can tell off the first comment because trolls usually come in with bullshit from the very first time. But do I delete them? Nah. I just like, okay, I'm gonna give them a moment. All right, I'm gonna see how far this go before it just escalates into something else. Next thing you know, another insult comes. Next thing you know, another insult comes. Finally, by the time they have insulted me or someone else in the comment section for the 5th to 10th time, then they end up getting blocked. Like that, like that belly wank person from last night, Mr. Live. Belly wank has been saying inappropriate stuff in my comment section for like, I don't know, it has had to been like a month. And I wasn't blocking him. I was just leaving him in there, and then I would talk back to him. Like he posted some comments. He posted this one long comment in my comment section about why he don't date black women. And I said to him, I said, I've always been nice to you. I've always been kind to you. I always listen to you and respond to all of your comments. I show you a level of respect as a man, yet you still came into my comment section telling me your reasons for why you hate or dislike black women. And you didn't think this was inappropriate at all, even though I'm showing you a level of kindness and respect every time I see you. But you thought this was okay. So he said he was sorry. Next thing you know, he back in my comment section last night in my live chat, disrespecting me again. And Mr. Live ended up blocking him then. So people don't just get blocked from their first comment. You got to do something over and over and over. You have to show a pattern of negativity in order to be blocked. You don't just get blocked from your first comment unless your comment is really shitty. Like you really have to have a messed up comment in as your first comment in order to be blocked. As far as I go. Now my moderators, they worse than me, and they're bulldogs for a reason. They protect me for a reason because a lot of the stuff that's happening on YouTube, the stuff that y'all be posting, man, some of y'all, it be so stupid, so not on topic, so misinforming or deceptive or It's just so wrong on so many levels. Like it's a shame that I see people disrespect themselves just by how they communicate on this platform. And then I have to turn around and have this terrible response where I'm out here stepping out of pocket. And I said, this stuff is taking my peace away from me. Like, I'm genuinely like a very kind, chill person, right? I do not get rah-rah unless I got to. And I've noticed that over the past 4 years, I've literally had to jump down somebody's throat in a live chat more than once because people act so disrespectfully, especially men. Usually, the people that are blocked on my channel are men. I rarely block women. I'll block the fuck out of a pick me if she be an extra. Like, listen, we got Dusties, we got Dust. And sometimes these dust bunnies, these little ratchet dust bunnies and pick me's come into my comment section and I gotta block them because they being disrespectful. I keep trying to tell you, your opinion, even if it doesn't match with mine, you don't have to insult me or anybody else in the live chat to feel like what you're saying has validity. I just don't understand why everybody feels like they have to insult me. Of course, I'm going to get irritated when people disagree if they have an insult attached to it. You wasn't providing a perspective. This is why you get blocked. Listen, self equals everything. This is how you get blocked. Let me tell you how you get blocked. Cause you 2 minutes from it. Cause eventually Mr. Live gonna come for you. Or I'm gonna come for you. So listen, if I'm telling you what my limitation is, right? There's a limit to everything. All right. If I tell you on a scale of 1 to 10, your ass at an 8, that means fall back. It doesn't mean keep pushing till you get to 10. It means pressure bust pipe and you pushing me to a point where I'm going to get irritated. I was already irritated by you before we even got into the chat. Before you even came into the chat, I was irritated by you by that bullshit comment that you left. I was already irritated with you before then. So you was already at a 5. Then you come in here still talking about giving these excuses and shit about why you haven't posted on anything positive, but you got something negative to say on a positive live stream. You actually had something negative to say on a positive live stream. Then complain about how there's no well thought out content when it's a shitload of it. All right? Then you give an excuse for why you haven't commented on any of that shit. It's because you didn't see any of that shit. You wasn't looking for any of that shit. You just came into my comment section to complain, being on some negative, hateful shit, and then tried to label yourself as a supporter. It's bullshit to me. So you went from irritating the absolute fuck out of me from a 5 to now you're at like 8 or 9. And you don't know when to quit. That's why people classify certain people as trolls. Because if I'm sharing with you what my limitation is and you still keep pressing it and pressing it and pressing it and we obviously can see through the bullshit, why do you keep going? Like, because it's not just me seeing through your bullshit. Someone else is saying something to you as well. It isn't like Soncerae's the only one telling you you're full of shit. Someone else is in the chat telling you that you're full of shit. So that means on a scale of 1 to 10 and you get to an 8, 10 gonna get your ass blocked. Fall back. Listen to what's being said to you. Like, people, here's another thing. If I tell people, please don't come in my comment section to talk about certain things, certain topics, because those certain topics are like alerts to me. They're trigger topics. So some topics you can't discuss because if you come into my comment section or my live chat talking about it, it'll trigger me. And of course, I'm going to be irritated. But then when I get irritated because you talking about something that's triggering me, you go out here and you complain about me being triggered when I'm telling you what my triggers are. I'm telling you what's going to make me feel uncomfortable. I'm telling you what's going to annoy me. But instead of you saying, okay, I'm her supporter, I'm not going to come in her comment section and annoy her or trigger her. I'm going to just come in and talk, be real chill. Instead, you trigger me and then get blocked and then go on somebody else's platform and complain about being blocked. That's the shit I'm dealing with y'all. You know? I don't understand. Like, chill out. Habitual line steppers. Thank you. Crossing the line every time. And then when I cross the line, everybody want to lay down like they're a victim. when they've already crossed the line with me. Like if you get me to a point, and this is difficult, like anybody in my life can tell you, anyone who has been in my life for an extended amount of time will tell you, it's hard to get Soncerae that mad. Like if you could get Soncerae that upset, then something's going on with you. Because see, my thing is, I'm real chill. Like I be chilling. I don't like arguing. And I think even Pre said this in a damn live stream that he was talking to somebody that I don't like to argue. I don't like to argue. I don't like to be upset. I don't like to be irritated. And it takes a lot for me to get that way because I have a like my tolerance level is like now it's starting to get low because I'm sick of YouTube. But like for the most part in real life, I be chilling. I don't have confrontations with people in real life. Like this is not something that I deal with in real life. Because people genuinely know how to leave you the fuck alone in real life. There's no reason in the world why someone who hates watching my videos should be in my live chat talking to me right now. If you don't like my videos, watch something else on YouTube. But what I notice is what people like to do is they like to see a reaction out of me. They like to see me being annoyed or irritated or triggered. It's entertaining to them. They love it. And it's just like, listen, if you don't like me or you don't want to watch my videos, just leave me alone. I mean, there's plenty of people on YouTube that I'm not feeling. Do I reach out to them? No, I do not. Do I tell them I don't like their videos? No, I do not. I just don't watch them. I don't comment. I don't thumbs it down. I don't any of that. I just leave them be because they not my cup of tea. Just leave them alone. But people don't leave me alone. That's my problem. People don't know how to leave me alone. If you don't like me, leave me alone. You know? Yo, I need, like, okay, so, Siobhan, when you see people do awkward behavior, like, first of all, when you on YouTube, right, and you see people interacting with each other, maybe you see a community. If you see a live stream that's lasted longer than maybe 2 or 3 hours, realize that something weird is happening. Cause think about yourself. Think about natural human behavior. Could you sit still in a live stream for than like an hour or two and just sit there and listen to a whole bunch of people talk about anything, anybody, anything? So when you see some people have done a live stream about me and it's 8 hours long or 6 hours long, realize there's something wrong with those people, not me. Because who has time for 8 hours to sit down and talk about somebody else? 8 hours is a work day. If people are able to do that daily, they're unemployed. They're low energy. They're underdeveloped. They're low in life. They have no responsibilities. They're probably criminals with criminal records. You know, you have to think about this stuff. And I don't think people think about this. They automatically start listening to what these people are saying and then try to factor in is what they're saying true about me. You can already tell by their behavior and what they're doing, just the behavior that they have that it has nothing to do with me, that shows you what type of person they are. So you have to be careful. Like, I'm not going to sit here for no time and make an entire live stream about somebody I claim I don't like. It's a waste of energy. That number one, and number two, I just really don't have like a lot of time for that. I'm out here living life. If you have that much time in the world to where you can do that, you don't have any friends, you don't have any family, you don't have a job, you don't have anything constructive to do but sit down on a social media platform and drag another human being, and then make up like these elaborate stories justifying why you're doing it. Like, and every time somebody come to me and ask me, why does this person do this? And my answer is always, I don't know. I don't know this person. Every single time, I don't know this person. And then if you go to the person and ask them, why are you doing such and such? They have this elaborate, long, like list of things that I did to them. And it's just be stuff that they made up. Nothing real. It's like they created their own fan fictional world of who I am. And it comes with the territory. You know, everything that I say, everything that I do becomes these people's world. This is what they live off of. I'm their queen. You understand? I'm their god. Do you understand that? Everything that Their entire existence on YouTube is me. That's sick. Think about that. That's sick. Because we all have lives. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, we all have lives. We all have responsibilities. We all have things that we have to do if we're normal functioning people. We have things to do outside of YouTube. So unless we're like on bed rest, like remember I was on bed rest, unless we're sick or disabled. Remember I was on bed rest and I couldn't go nowhere and all I had was like YouTube. So I would sit down and I would do like a live stream in the morning and then a live stream at night. I would live stream for maybe 2 hours in the morning and then I would live stream at night. Because I didn't have anything to do. I couldn't go nowhere. I was just laying there in bed. I had nothing to do. I was pregnant. But you notice that stopped as soon as I gave birth. When you start moving around and you have responsibilities and things that you got to do, you're not going to be able to be up in live streams long. That's why I always keep my live stream an hour. Have you noticed? I try. Listen, to get me to be on a live stream for 2 hours is difficult. Like, because I can barely do an hour. I can barely do an hour. Give me a crown. I know, right? I was thinking about getting me like a crown and like the little stick thing and like a fur coat. Queen for real and do my videos like that. Hey, y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. Look at me like I'm crazy. Hey, TT. Uh, um, it's hard to live stream for an hour with productive dialogue. I know people going for hours roasting and cyberbullying more than likely have unresolved childhood issues and trauma and throwing a childish fit. I honestly feel like it does have something to do with their mental capacity. Like the person that this young lady asked about a minute ago in the chat, this person has a criminal record. I posted this person's criminal record onto my blog. When I'm dealing with ex convicts or, people who have a history of doing crime and fraud and stuff like that, I don't know why they don't focus on their own rehabilitation or, it would make sense to me. Like, this is what would make sense to me. If a person was convicted of a felony or they have a criminal history, um, or they were arrested or something like that, maybe they had a checkered past, it would make more sense to me that they would do something more interesting with their platform, which would be, let's talk about how I reformed. Let's talk about how I rehabilitated myself. And I went from being an ex convict to, I don't know, owning my own business or being employed or doing something better. How did I improve as a person? That would be better content than roasting Soncerae. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what I don't understand. How someone who has a criminal record could be wasting their energy. Because I mean, some people just dumb criminals forever. You have those. I mean, I'm not gonna say, some people want to be losers and be losers forever. And people tend to pick on other people because it makes them look better. To them, it makes them look better. Like sometimes people talk about you because that's the only time they get attention. Because if they talked about themselves, no one would give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So with a lot of people who talk about me the most, if they talked about themselves and they discontinued talking about me altogether, no one would give a fuck what they had to say. People would stop watching their live streams. People would stop watching their content altogether because no one cares. But if you talk about Soncerae, you roast Soncerae, you steal clips from her channel, you post her pictures, you do whatever, I'm the shit. So they're gonna talk about me. I go out here and I do the damn thing. I let them talk, speculate all you want to. Just don't harass me in the process. Like I was saying to Mr. Live last night, we were talking privately, and I said to him, "Yo, what I don't understand is why do they feel like they have to reach out to me? You don't have to reach out to me. If you don't like me, fine. You want to do videos about me, fine. But you don't have to reach out to me. You don't have to post me. You don't have to post my kids. You don't have to reach out to my family. Like they've literally reached out to my family and my friends because you don't like me. That's sick. That's sick. Come on now. That is to see someone's put. Listen to this. Look at this. Look at this, Mr. Live. That's my daughter's name, and they put in my mom's address. You see, why would you come? Like, okay, whoop de doo. We already know that everybody knows my mom's address, right? Everybody knows my daughter's first and last name, right? That's public knowledge. But why do you have to come into my chat and post it? It's because you want to see you want to see a response out of me. You want to see how I react to it. That's why you do it. My thing, listen. I've said before, if you don't like who I am, that's fine. But the fact that you keep bringing my family into it, see, now I gotta go find this profile, contact YouTube, upload identification so they can know that someone is impersonating my daughter on YouTube. This is the stuff that's having to go and report it just to get it ripped down. Now I gotta get ripped down a fake profile that somebody posted of my daughter. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's extra. Like, why do they bother with that? That's mentally unstable. It's mentally unstable. And then when you try to tell them they're mentally unstable, it's like talking to a brick wall. Sometimes these people know what they're doing. They're just childish. They think that this stuff is cute or funny. All it is inconveniencing. It's like having for me to have to go out of my way to now go to YouTube and say, hey, there's this fake profile out there that has my daughter's legal first and last name. Can you rip this channel down? Then they turn around and they ask me for my identification. Because that's what I had to do with my daughter's father. They did it with my daughter's father. They did it with Priest. It's just like, here's what I don't understand. It's okay for you not to like me, but to keep trying to attack my family or pull my family into it is you harming my family. Then it becomes a bigger issue. Like, it's like, oh my God, these people, I swear. This shit's weird, man. Their bodies have left jail and or prison, but their mind has not. Everyone gets older, but not everyone becomes a productive adult. I agree. If you're talking about me for 8 hours, you better be a family member or someone who once was close, not a stranger. Nah, these people aren't once was close. Like, even when I see a live stream, right? And it's some strangers talking about me, and I might see somebody that I was friends with. Like, one person I always see all the time is somebody I used to sleep with casually. I see him in there all the time. And instead of me, I don't look at him the way I think he wants me to. I see him as a bitter ex. Like, the longer he interacts with these people, I'm like, he's such a bitter damn ex. It's like he is so mad our shit's over. Like, I hear him trying to convince people I'm a bad person, and it's like, so nothing in you is saying maybe I shouldn't be talking about Soncerae at all. Maybe I shouldn't be, that's what I look at. But most of the people that are interacting with the group, I don't know them personally. It's even another lady that comes in there that I was talking about earlier, where the girl was like, "You evil witch, you burnt Miss Valerie's baby." She put that in my comment section. Miss Valerie used to be my mother's friend, so I don't even know her personally like that. Like, I met her in passing. You know what I mean? Her and my mother were friends, and for her to interact with these people says a lot about her character. Because my mother was very good to her son. My mother was very good to her. She really loved Valerie. She really loved Valerie. Even like, to see my mother be so hurt just recently. Like, Valerie was making fun of my mother when my mother was when we were homeless. Like, when I first moved back here and my mom left, when she came back, she had to start her life over again. So we tried to start our lives together, and Valerie was making fun of my mother for being in that position. And it made my mother so sad, because when Valerie was in that position herself, my mother would help her. Like, I told you guys before that my mother got a big settlement, and this is how I ended up, starting my own business and accumulating all this money, because number one, my mother had a settlement. When my mother got her settlement, my mother was giving Valerie money, and when Valerie couldn't take care of her son herself, because she was like a drunk, and she would her son in the morning time would have to come and take care of her, and try to get her to sober out her little boy. We talking about a little kid here. Not no son that's a teenager. Like, I think he's in middle school now. And when my mother was friends with her, my mother used to watch her son for her. She would be too drunk to be with him, and my mother would watch him. She would get locked up, and my mother would watch him. So, I mean, I just think that it just hurts my mother so bad to see Valerie interacting with a whole bunch of YouTube strangers who trash her daughter. Like, think about that. Think about if you had a daughter who was on YouTube, right? Put yourself in my mother's shoes. You have a daughter who's on YouTube, and you have people speaking negatively about her that don't know her. And you know your daughter very well, and you spend every day with your daughter. You see what your daughter's doing and you know your daughter isn't harming anybody. And then you see a former friend of yours get onto YouTube and interact with these same people. Would you still want to be her friend? Would you still trust her? Because if anything, what Valerie should have been doing was defending me and my mom. That's what she should have been doing. Because had the shoe been on the other foot, we would have defended her. I would have straight up defended Valerie simply off the strength that she's my mother's friend. There's so many negative things that Valerie has done, and my mother loved her through this stuff. I mean, I never seen my mother be so loyal to someone other than Valerie. Like my mother really deeply cared for Valerie. And then when my son was born and Valerie started making fun of me not having money, and she was making fun of us, like she would literally call us, that's why you in a homeless shelter type of shit. That's not a friend. Like when Valerie was low on her, and with her funds, and she was struggling about to get evicted, my mother didn't say, you about to get evicted. My mother gave her some money. And I thought when Valerie first started coming around that was genuinely, my mother's friend. I didn't know. And then I started seeing stuff that Valerie was doing, especially as far as she would send my mother the videos that these people would make about me. She would send them to my mom. And so my mom would be like, why does she keep sending me this stuff? I already know these people are doing this stuff, and I already know that this stuff is lies. I know my daughter. But Valerie would try to convince my mother that what these people are saying in these videos is what's true about me. And my mother's like, I'm telling you it's not true about me because true about my daughter because I'm with my daughter every day. I know what my daughter's doing. I'm watching her fucking every move. So instead of Valerie being the friend that she should have been for my mother, she was stabbing my mother in the back. So now I'm dealing with people saying stuff like, the rumor that Valerie is spreading right now, or may have said before, was that I burned her son on his back. I'm like, first of all, me and her son never had like any real interaction with each other longer than me coming to my mother's like daycare and seeing her watching him, and then I say hi and keep it moving. Like we know of each other. Like he knows I'm, my mom's daughter, and he knows that my mother was his godmother and stuff like that. Like he knows that. But we don't have like a brotherly sister, or I was never put in a position to where I had to watch him or anything. I've never been in close proximity of him. So for her to be spreading it, it's like, what is wrong with this demented lady? You know, I just it's so much wrong with her. Like her family all turned their backs on her. And so this is another reason why my mother was always there for her, because her family turned their backs on her. So she just loved this woman. And I just hate that this woman took that friendship for granted, because they were friends for like 12 years. 12 years, and to hear that this woman is doing this to my mother, it hurts my mother's feelings. My mother doesn't want to talk to her. She doesn't want to deal with her, nothing. And instead of if Valerie just falling back, Valerie reaches out to our family members. She'll call her family members because she's like friends with with my mom's sister. So she called my mom's sister just recently and was like, she was concerned about my mother. My mother's like, I don't know why she's concerned about me because I'm living great. Like, I don't know why like, my mother's happy. Like, my mother's really good. And the fact that, these people who have stolen her address and posted it on the internet, and Valerie still feels comfortable with this, you're not my mother's friend. You're not concerned about my mother. Or you would have discontinued interacting with these people when you see them posting her address viciously on YouTube. Like, I don't, it doesn't register to me. It's not any logic coming out of this. Like, I don't understand how someone could do that to my mom. Like, and you are supposed to be her friend. Like, I just don't get that. And I don't get how she's making what she's done, like, logical. Like, she's validating it. And she's calling like my mother's siblings, and my mom is like, why is she calling them? Calling them is not going to get me to talk to her. My mother never wants to talk to this woman again. And it hurt my mother really bad because my mother really cared for this woman. And just for a woman to throw away a 12-year over some internet trolls, Because, see, it doesn't hurt me that Valerie's gone. I've been telling my mother to get rid of Valerie since Valerie came around because Valerie makes a lot of trouble. So, me and my sister have been telling my mother to get rid of Valerie since Valerie came into my mother's life. But my mother loved Valerie as a friend. She really did. So, we just supported my mother and was like, okay, if you want to be friends with this chick. I remember one time Valerie got mad at my mother because Valerie is insecure as far as her son's father goes. And her son's father and my mother are like cool. Like they don't have any issues. They're like cordial. So Valerie, insecure, got mad and got jealous of her son's father and my mother being cool. So a physical altercation ended up happening, and Valerie pulls a knife out on my mother, right? So I'm unbeknownst to this. I don't know. I just know the situation happened. I didn't hear about the situation until the next day. So they literally had to stop me from coming to kick Valerie's ass. Like my mother literally had to talk me and my younger sister out of kicking Valerie's ass because we was about to come for her throat because all of the stuff that my mother had done for her, and here this drunk bitch, because she was drunk. She drinks a lot. She's a drunk. I mean, a real alcoholic. I'm not just saying that because she drinks casually or sometimes at a party. No, this woman will have a drink for breakfast. So one time she was drunk and she pulls out a knife on my mother, and I told my mother then to get rid of this lady. I told my mother then. We have told my mother on more than one occasion to get rid of this Valerie person, and she didn't do it. And she stayed friends with this chick for however many years. And then, lo and behold, Valerie's on YouTube with some complete strangers that me and my mother don't know, talking about me and my mom. I'm like, Ma, I wish you would have listened to me and me and my sister. Me and Kiki. We told you to leave this woman alone. But my mother ended up hurt, and Valerie still spreading rumors. She just joined the group of trolls. And I'm like, if that's the people that you want to be around, you are a reflection of the people that you hang out with. You are a reflection of the people that you keep in your circle. You have to understand this. When you come into my chat, right, and you see me and the people that I interact with talking, are we roasting someone? Are we dragging someone? Are we saying vile and cruel things about other people? Never. I'm the company that I keep. That's why it's so easy for somebody to get blocked because we don't like negative shit over here. We don't drag, we don't roast, we don't spread rumors, we don't do any of that over here. You are the company that you keep. So the fact that Valerie feels comfortable with a whole bunch of strangers who roast and harass and bully me and my mother and my family. Come on, man. The fact that Valerie feels okay with that, she needs to be rejected. Because the only reason why she's rejected is because of that. Before that, her and my mother were friends. My mother, we told my mother to leave her alone. She wouldn't. She loved her. She cared about her. We classified Valerie as family because my mother classified her as family. But when she decided to get on to YouTube and interact with these strange people that we don't know and then drag us to filth in the process, it's like, I dare you. I dare you ruin a 12-year friendship over this stupid shit. Are you dumb? Like, ugh, man, I swear to God. Like, I saying I'm disappointed in Valerie is a understatement. And I'm only hurt for my mom. I don't have to be friends with Valerie. She not valuable to me. She was valuable to my mom. And it hurt my mom. I know it hurt my mom because I saw her. She was very hurt. And it's sad to see my mother hurt over a friend. Because she really thought this woman was her friend. She really did. Messy, girl. Siobhan kind of messy is an understatement. She was always messy. She was she was always messy. She was like I don't know. She just was always a mess, and I mean, me telling you that she pulled a knife out on my mother is only one of the stories because it was always something. Like she would be like, okay, we used to live in this apartment complex, right, together. This is before my mother got the settlement. We lived in this. Well, I didn't live there. My mother lived there. I didn't live there, and she Valerie's apartment complex was like a little ways away. You knew it was there, but you couldn't see it. But you knew it was there. Like you had to walk down a little and then finally you see it. But from the house, if you were standing out front of our building, you knew where her building was, but you couldn't see it. So one day, my mother was supposed to watch Valerie's son. So instead of Valerie getting her ass up, walking her son to our house, she sends him, he like 5. She sends him walking by himself. Now, mind you, it's a busy parking lot. It ain't like, it's just an apartment building and it's not a lot of cars. It's cars, parked cars, strangers. She just sent him walking down the street by himself. And my mother's thinking, like, where's your mother? She just sent him walking down there alone. Couldn't see him. Now, if she could put her eye, like, sometimes you thinking if you can see the path to where your kid is going, then you can watch them. I wouldn't do it, but I know parents that have. This is what she would do. She was very irresponsible with her son. So her son's father has been trying to get custody of her son because anytime her son is with her, he missed days of school. She don't get him to school on time. She don't take very good care of him. And she didn't take very good care of him when my mother was watching him because my mother was watching him all of the time. My mother had him. My mother, like, cares about Valerie's son as if her son is her own. My mother treated her son with so much care. Like, my mother took him shopping. She took him places. She treated him more than just like a child at a daycare center. My mother treated him like it was her own grandson or her own son. Like how she treat Justice. That's how my mom used to treat Valerie's son. And it disappoints me that this woman would be like this. And this is what I don't understand about people. When people come into your life, right, and they do you wrong, when they go out into the world and they talk about you to other people, they never tell you that they did you wrong. They try to justify why they made the poor decision that they made instead of fixing the situation. You know, no person is going to feel comfortable with their own friend speaking negatively about them or their daughter. Valerie thought she could go to my mother and speak negatively about me, and my mother would turn her back on me. My mother knows me. It says a lot about you as a friend that you will go to my mother and try to convince my mother that I'm a bad person when my mother knows I'm not a bad person. That says more about you and your character. You were supposed to be my mother's friend. That means you were supposed to love my mother's kids. Just how how my mother love your kids. My mother loved her son. My mother still love her son. You know? It hurts my mother to not be able to see her son because her son live on the East Coast. We live on the West Coast. So, I mean, I just feel like people misunderstand what friendship means, what relationships mean, what family means, and you disrespect it, and then you wonder why you're rejected. You wonder why it wants to deal with you. That's why. You think somebody's being unreasonable for why they don't want to deal with you. When you do something as severe as this betrayal right here, then you wonder why nobody wants to be your friend. That's why. And the fact that I have to explain friendship and family to people is just weird to me. And it's only, I don't know, I guess with social media, like my mother's mad. My mother's texting me. My mother's calling me because my mother's just now finding out. My mother must have just woke up because speaking of the devil, because she just called me because I told her earlier that Valerie was going around telling people that I burned her son's bed, and I think my mother just saw the text. She just texted me like the fuck. my mother out here mad. Anyway, I feel sorry for her. Oh, I feel sorry for her. I'm gonna say it, Mr. Live. I'm about to say it. We talked about whether I should say this or not. But I love my mom, right? And we were having a conversation about karma last night. Me and Mr. Live, we was talking about karma. And we were talking about how when Bomb Cherry used to be in my comment section, those of you don't know who Bomb Cherry is, well, you might because somebody came in here and asked me who STO for you was. Bomb Cherry is basically STO for you. STO for you is her lapdog. So when you see STO for you talking about me, it isn't because we know each other or I did something to him or nothing like that. He's just doing that because Bomb Cherry told him to. And Bomb Cherry used to be a supporter. She was a supporter. Anyway, so one day I saw her in my live chat and she was going in, not my live chat, but my comment section, and she was going in on somebody, and she had already made me feel uncomfortable before that. It's something that she did before that, but like one day I just went into my comment section and she was like flooding my comment section being negative towards other people. So I blocked her and I thought it would be over after that. But then after that, she started making videos about being a priest, and then she started making videos about my vagina. She started making just horrible videos. And excuse me, I would make videos. Initially, I was making videos asking for like peace, let's unify, let's, we're supposed to be women and support each other. But I just wanted peace. And then I would come into her chats where she would talk about me and I would say, hey, I wish nothing but the best for you. I've done this. People have seen me do this. It's just not that deep. It's just YouTube, whatever. And there was a time when I was pregnant where I was really pissed at her because I felt like she consistently lies. Like she accuses me of sending someone to sexually assault her and murder her and just foolishness. Because at first it was the sexually assault thing. But then it started being, oh, I sent someone to murder her too. And I'm like, what? Like, why does everybody always try to depict themselves as a victim and never tell the truth about our interaction with each other? Why do they always do that? Like, what do they get out of trying to pin me as like this villain instead of them fixing the situation by just being honest about our experience and just apologizing the same way I'm apologizing? It isn't that, like, it's not sitting here and I'm saying, oh, Soncerae, I'm just an innocent bystander of a whole bunch of victims. I'm the victim of these people. No, I'm saying they did shit. I did shit back. They did shit. I did shit back. And then I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Just let's just drop it. And for a long time, it was just like I was like, drop it. So I'm expecting people to be adult about it and either back or whatever. So Bomb Cherry didn't do this. She never accepted an apology. She just kept going in and going in and going in and going in and going in. Right now, I never sent anybody to sexually assault her. I never sent anybody to murder her. I never did anything bad to her. Okay, I was more just defending myself against her because she was trying to make it seem like she was this squeaky clean person, but the truth was she was a phone sex operator and a webcam hoe, and she had her own things happening in her her life that she was in no position to judge me. And I just wanted people to understand that, she's out here calling me a hoe. She's out here interacting with Sidonia, uh, fueling Sidonia and pumping lies into her and got Sidonia believing something that she shouldn't. And she's all super supportive of priests and Sidonia, but just before I was pregnant, she was all team Soncerae. So it's just like when people are flippy floppy like that, where they claim they're your supporter and then suddenly they turn around and they're supportive of someone else, it says a lot about their character and who they are, because it doesn't make any sense how Bomb Cherry could have been like this huge supporter of Soncerae and then turn around and be, like all team priest after seeing, like, here's one thing that me and Mr. Lav was talking about too, like how people justify a man just abandoning their children. Like, if you had to take the side of me or priest, why would you take the side of someone who would abandon their child over someone who was abandoned? And the only reason why they take this man's side has nothing to do with the crime or whatever he committed. They're only taking his side because they have a level of disdain for me that is greater than anything any of us will understand, because it's not like I've done anything to them physically or harmed them in their real life as they've done me. But with me still not doing any of that, I've still went out my way to apologize and try to make things better, and it's never worked. So we're talking about karma now. So Bomb Cherry's mother passed away. And this led me to feel really sorry for her because I was just like, that is so unfortunate. But what also popped in my mind was, that's karma for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how karma works. When you consistently do something of that magnitude to a person that Bomb Cherry has done to me, the world or the universe or God will always find a way to bring that karma back to you. And karma forgets nobody's address. And I keep trying to explain to people, I go through stuff every day, and sometimes it's karma, sometimes it's I called it on myself, sometimes it's a poor decision I made. But for the most part, I'm a good person. And I don't come out here purposely out here trying to harm people and destroy people's lives. That's not how I operate. That's not how I do things. And it saddens me that people notice and they still go out here and try to depict me as something that I'm not. And the main person that was doing that was Bomb Cherry. And to see what ended up happening to her is enough for me to never ever feel a level of disdain for her ever again. Because to me, I can only imagine what it's like to lose my mom. And I don't know how close she was to her mother. But I do know that when I first thought about it, the first thing I thought of was, damn, I feel for her. And then it was like, karma, karma come back around. Because had you not lied so much, had you not bullied me so much, had you not drugged me so much, had you not fucked around with my family, had you not sent, like, she sent uh, pizza deliveries to my house. Um, she sent pest control, plumbers. And this is the same address. And we're just talking about the house that I have with my mom. Like, I have more than one property. A lot of people don't understand it. I try not to tell people my personal business. And this is where a lot of confusion comes up as well, because people are trying to figure out where I live, what I do. And I really am trying to protect my family and my mom. And to see that people were, when I first moved into my house, to see that people weren't happy, because I went from being homeless to living in this house. And what people overlooked was the moving trucks. Like, if you go on my community tab, it's a picture of Justice by a moving truck. And when I moved from the house, people didn't know that. I kept that. I didn't say that. And I was trying to, like, protect myself, and my family. Anyway, I still am trying to protect my family, and a lot of people don't want me to protect my family, and a lot of people try to make fun of me for telling my business, and then when I don't tell my business, they mad because I don't tell my business, and it's just like, it's a lose-lose with these people on YouTube. They don't, they don't want peace. They want drama. They want issues. And I don't want that. I don't want any of that. And for people to be going out of their way interviewing old friends or old exes or old subscribers or fake supporters or whatever it is, it's like, y'all doing way too much for a woman you claim you don't like. Put a lot of energy into a woman you claim you don't like, man. Putting way too much into it. And I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. It's some weirdo type of shit. Yeah, she was not. No one that switches up on you was ever your supporter. They was never your supporter. I wholeheartedly believe that. Like, when you truly, like, for some reason, like, say for instance, Lovely T. Everybody knows I love Lovely T. I remember when Lovely T and Tasha K got into this thing that they got into, and um I didn't like what Lovely T had done. I was upset. But it also upset me that Tasha K had recorded a conversation with Lovely T without Lovely T knowing. But the whole situation was that Lovely T and Tasha K had put this other person through this other person under the bus just to succeed. And it bothered me that T did it. It bothered me that T would do something like that. But still to this day, I support T. I understand that people can make mistakes. I understand. Like, one time, me and T was talking, and she was still getting hurt. She was still hurt over this Tasha K thing. And I told T, I don't like Tasha K. I was like, I can't get with it. I don't like her. I just don't like it. And so one day, because T was going through something. It really hurt T to what happened between her and Tasha K. Anyway, so there's this other girl named Camille who makes videos all of the time, and Camille had made this funny video in support of T. So I sent T the video. I didn't know whether T seen it or not, but I sent T the video. T was so fucking mad at me. She was so fucking mad at me. I see what you trying to do. You try you trying to spread all this drama. You sit now. I don't think T watched the video because inside of the video was supportive of T. But by looking at the thumbnail and the title, you wouldn't be able to see that, right? You just saw that it was a Tasha K versus Lovely T type of video, and so I was just sending it to T to make her feel better because it was so funny, and it was it was really someone taking T's side, not Tasha, and so T was mad as shit at me, and when I read it, she was just really upset, like I don't want to talk to you anymore, blah 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 blah. Now, what I did factor in was that she was already hurt, and people were getting down on her on the internet, and people were dragging her, and people were doing mean things and stuff. So I already understood where she stood. Like this goes back to what I was saying a minute ago about if you know I'm already being ridiculed, I'm already feeling some type of way, why would you come in and cross the line? So with T, instead of me instantly responding back like, fuck you there, bitch, something like that, I said, T, eh, even though it wasn't my fault, I still said, T, I didn't know this was going to offend you. If I knew that, I never would have sent it to you. And I'm like, I'm sorry that's your takeaway from me sending this to you. But I'm very sorry that that I did this, and I hope that you understand that I'm your friend, and I don't want you to feel bad. I want you to think, I want your mental health to be good. I want you to feel great about yourself. I don't think she was expecting me to respond in that way. And she was like, I accept your apology. And we left it at that. And I ain't had a problem since. You know what I mean? We adults. That's how we supposed to handle stuff. So I just don't understand how there are certain people in this world that I could go to and they feel like I did something wrong, or I feel like they did something wrong, and then we could sit down and have a conversation and apologize to each other and move on. And then there's other people where you could try to apologize to them and they don't even want to hear the apology. They don't even want to try to make peace. I don't ever understand that. Why, out of all of these videos that people make, what's the solution? What's the solution? What are you trying to accomplish by continuously making videos? Are you trying to make more of a problem, or are you trying to create a solution? And that's what I would do when I would look at these videos, and I started to notice that they weren't trying to mesh things with me and smooth things out. And no matter what they were saying, even when we tried to attempt to smooth things out, it wasn't going to be smoothed out because it's not what they wanted, genuinely. Because when you genuinely want something, when you want peace with someone, you're going to go out your way to get peace. But if you want to destroy someone just off of the fact that you want to destroy them, you just want to destroy them. It's nothing that this person can do or not do. And I realized that with some of these people, it was nothing I could do because they had a deep rooted hatred for me that had nothing to do with me. Because if it had something to do with me, when I came to make peace or trying to smooth it out, it would have just smoothed out. You know? It would have just smoothed out. Then you have some people out there that are going through their own things, and they bark at you because they're going through something themselves, and then later on they realize that they did wrong and they apologize. That's happened to me where someone took something out on me. So I mean, I just realized that I'm not dealing with mentally stable. I'm not dealing with people who are adults. I'm dealing with people who have underdeveloped minds, who may be illiterate, who may be dyslexic, who may be they don't have emotional intelligence. It could be a number of things, but I stopped trying to figure it out. I stopped trying to figure it out. VS. Who is VS? VS is posting dead people's relatives on her community page. Who's VS? I don't know who VS is, Shining Star. Another suggestion, I'm going to give call the public information so they can take your information and family information off YouTube search engines. Well, my what I notice is my family's information wasn't in a search engine. Like, cause I was trying to figure out was my mother's address in the search engine. Cause I changed my name, so you can put Soncerae in the Google all you want to, and it's not gonna show where I live. Cause I don't Soncerae is not my legal name. So with my mom, I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can Google my mom. Even if I Google my mom, or even if I Google that address, it doesn't come up. Maybe I just need to look somewhere else. I don't know, but I have no idea how they found out, anything. But it could be something that has to do with a real estate office, or maybe a property management or something like that. So for me, the only way we could fix things was if I changed my name. That's the only way we could do it. I mean, I didn't have a choice, because it's like, even if I wanted to keep my information private, people felt like they could post my. See, here's another thing. People feel comfortable with posting my private information, right? And talking about me and spreading lies and interviewing people in my past, or my ex friends, ex lovers. But if I tell the public, okay, the person that's been stalking me the most, here's their personal information. If you have any more information about this person, let me know so I can contact the authorities. Oh, now it's a problem. Now Soncerae is doxing people. Oh, okay. That's how it goes. Now Soncerae is doxing people. Really? So let's just forget all of the stuff that you've done, digging into my personal life, interviewing people in my personal life, old friends, and shit like that. Let's just forget that you've done that. And let's forget that this is the reason why Soncerae has you on her blog to begin with, because I still got their information up on my blog. That could be the reason why they upset, but I don't give a shit, because I, you can't erase what you've done to me. See, there was a time where all of this stuff was happening, and then it could have been saved and resurrected, and it could be forgotten. But then after it's been going on for a couple of years, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, it's like, okay, now we in a permanent situation. Now you got this situation to where you can't undo the damage that you did to me. So now I'm gonna make sure that if anything happens to me, my family, anything, if I'm assaulted or something like that, I'm gonna make sure everybody understands that it has something to do with you, and you pursuing people and encouraging people to be hateful towards me, or to spread violence on me, or hurt me physically. Okay, and there is no content nowhere of mine that encourages one person to hurt another. I don't have that content up, but these people have plenty of it up about me. So I keep all of that content. Like when they post it up, I keep it. Like all of the threats, the threats Sherry used to make in her videos, I have them all. She used to threaten me all the time when I was pregnant. A person I don't even know. Like a person I never physically done anything with. I don't know. She was just talking about kicking my ass all the time. So I have all those threats, right? And the only time I've threatened somebody, like on a public forum, it's always been Priest of Sidonia. You know what I mean? I think if I wanted to physically harm someone, I would probably come do it myself. I wouldn't have to send anybody. I'd probably come do it myself. But for the most part, I'm not interested in at this point, harming anybody. I'm not in that place in my life. Like I'm not that angry at somebody where I feel like I need to physically harm them, basically. So, and I've never encouraged my audience to physically harm anyone either. So, but, if you go on my blog, I used to always post all of the stuff that they would do to harass and stalk me. Now I keep it. I don't have it posted on my blog because I don't have time to post it on my blog, but every day is something else. Like every day is something behind the scenes that I don't talk to you guys about that they're doing, that is so immature and so childish, and so it's like I'm fucking around with some teenagers here. And it's just dumb criminals, you know what I mean? I really, Anyway, so I don't know who VS is. Uh, Sassy Francis. Oh, you must have missed me explain this. Why do you feel like you need to put people information out there? I thought I explained that. Well, let me go over it again for Francis. Why do you feel you need to put people's information out there? You know, karma works both ways. Sassy Francis. Let's talk to the underdeveloped mind of Sassy Francis. Francis. So I put people's personal information out there when they've already attacked me. I'm not just gonna put people's personal information out there. I put Bomb Cherry's information out there because she was stalking and harassing me. It's proof of it up on my blog. I didn't just post her shit. I said, I need to know, and I said this to everybody, and even on the blog, I need to know more information about this lady because I need to know who she is for the police. I need to be able to give the police as much information as I can. This is the person that I'm looking for. She's walking around under this Bomb Cherry alias, but her name is something completely different. And this is who she is, and this is where she lives. And if you have any more information about this person, let me know. Then the whole STL for you guy, right? I was like, okay, somebody sent. Now, mind you, I don't have to look for these people information. I don't have to Google them myself or anything. People send it to me because you have to understand, people don't like these people, right? I'm not the only people don't like to see these people bothering me, so they send me shit. So they sent me STLs for you's criminal record, his address, pictures, all of it. So I put it on my blog. This is the person that's stalking me. This is the person that's continuously making videos. This is the person that's doing blah, blah, blah. If you have any information about this guy, let me know. Now, here's my thing. People hold me to a specific standard. Oh, Soncerae, you can't do this. You can't post people's private information. Oh, but it's okay for these people to post my private information, interview family, calling my family and shit like that. It's okay for them to do that. But once I expose who these people are and their criminal records and their welfare fraud and their child abuse charges and all of this stuff, it's a problem, right? It's a problem because Soncerae is fighting back. See, it's not like I did these things to these people first. And that's what they don't tell you. They make it seem like I did something to them first. Oh, Soncerae did something to me. Why did it? No. No, 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 no. I don't know these people. All I know is they were stalking and harassing me. And I wanted to know who these people are because they was hiding behind little fake profiles. And then their own people, the own people that they trusted, sent me their information. Their own people. This wasn't strangers. Their own crew. Their own people. Because see, of course, in order to be able to know who they truly are, you have to been hanging out with them yourself. So while these people are mad because I have their personal information, what you need to do is look around the people around you because it's the people around you who sent me your information in order for me to have it. You see what I'm saying? It's not like when people talk to the people who were in my life, like maybe my former friends or my former lovers, I blame them. I blame my former friends. I blame my former lovers because they had to give these people this information in order for them to find it out. I didn't give it to them. So apparently, these people that I was once close with gave it to me. So while these people walking around with thinking that don't nobody hate them and everybody hate me, they have to realize that it's people out here that hate you too. And they send me your private information. They're gonna say, I don't have to look for anybody's information. I don't have to look for it. People just send it to me. And I'm talking about tax documents, all of it. Credit reports. They just sending it to me. And in order for them to be able to send a credit report or your tax documents and stuff like that, they have to know you. They have to know something in detail about you that I don't know. Cause I don't be knowing this shit. I don't be knowing these people. Man, they sent me. Oh my God, they sent me Bomb Cherry's income, her tax information, her children's names, her husband's name. I was just like, oh my God, you complaining about me putting up your real name? But I could have put up a whole bunch of other shit. Like when people complain about me, sometimes bashing priests, I'm like, y'all better be lucky. That's all I did was do. Like, yeah, I mean, I could have did worse. I could have did worse, and I chose not to do worse. So I'm not sitting here, saying, "Oh, I'm like this innocent person." But I will tell you that I defend my damn self. I have no problem with defending myself. I don't have an issue with that. You know what I mean? What kind of woman interviews another woman's ex? That's some new age single white female text. What kind of woman? First of all, I guess I just have a thought process that's very different from others. Cause I'm not interviewing nobody's ex. If I don't like you, like I'm not interviewing. I'm not just gonna find your ex that doesn't do videos and just interview them. Like I remember when I interviewed Tommy's ex. Her name was Avi, and Avi was posting videos on her own channel. She was posting videos about how much she hated Tommy and what was going on with Tommy, and she was just dragging his ass. Right? She was already making her own videos. And so I went to Abby. I said, "Do you want to get on my channel? Because I got way more subscribers. Do you want to get on my channel and talk about Tommy?" And she said, "Okay." I said, "Well, listen, if I put you on my channel, you can't drag him. You can talk about how you feel, but the way that you're talking about him on your own channel, you can't talk about him like that on mine. I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't like the dude, but I'm not gonna let you do all that. Just speak your truth." And she showed him a level of respect, and I respect her to this day for that. Because she could have got on my channel and drug him to filth. She didn't. So, but what I didn't have to do was go like dig into Tommy's life and privately reach out to her and convince her to get onto YouTube, like these people be having to do to people in my life. She had already had a channel. She was posting like content about Tommy already. So I didn't have to convince her into doing anything. I never would have found her if she wouldn't have put herself on YouTube. She had put herself on YouTube. So it wasn't that I reached out to her privately and I got to know her and then I interviewed her. Not like kind of how people have been doing with Priest. People have found out Priest's phone number from my graphic design flyers because Priest's phone number used to be on my graphic design flyers. And so they start reaching out to him in that type of way and encouraged him to do YouTube stuff because he was never really a YouTube guy, according to him. And then that's when he decided to post our private text messages. And, it's the same thing with Sidonia. Sidonia was claiming she wasn't an internet type of person. She didn't have a YouTube channel where she was posting, talking about Soncerae, and then she just happened to run into Bomb Cherry or whoever, and then, interview with these people. No, these people had to dig to find Sidonia. They had to dig to be able to know who she was because it wasn't like I was being like vocal about who she was. No one knew who she was. No one knew her name or anything like that. No one really cared. She had to pull herself into it and people had to encourage her to be, part of the situation. So that's why I don't buy the whole Sidonia saying she wanted to stay out of the drama and shit. That's why I don't buy that shit. Because if you want to stay out of some shit, you just stay out of it. Like the people in my life, they stay out of it. Have you noticed? My family is like, fuck that. Like my family, my real friends, my family, I'm not fucking with that. My real friends and family are like, I'm not fucking with that. Because that's not, no, no, no. Y'all ain't about to drag me into that shit. They've tried to drag my family into this shit. My friends into this shit. My baby daddy into this shit. And my baby daddy was like, okay, like I'm not fucking with that. They came right to me. And instead of Priest coming right to me to say, hey, such and such is happening, he didn't do that. He just started entertaining them. And that's how I knew this nigga's not the person I need to have in my life. That's how I figured it out. Because I was like, why do people feel comfortable with talking negatively to you about me? You supposed to be my man. How do they feel comfortable with that? That's something that you're doing. So that's why I said a minute ago, I don't really get mad at the people who are using my exes and my ex friends and stuff and interviewing them. I don't get mad at these people for doing that. I look at the people that I got rid of and it's now a confirmation as to why I should have got rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Like this is exactly like the behaviors that they're doing. This is the reason why they reject because they're doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a confirmation. That's why when Priest got on the Tommy's channel, I was like, If I didn't think he was a piece of shit before, I definitely know it now. Because now you're getting onto the platform of somebody who clearly talks about how much he hates black people, especially black women. And you just got onto this dude's channel to talk about the mother of your child, a child that you paying child support for and haven't even met yet. Instead of you protecting us, you're doing that. I was like, this is such an ass backwards world. You know, it's such an ass backwards world, man. I tell you. So y'all talk about single white female. Single white female. She's not white. She it's some single white female shit because that's the name of the movie, not she white. Anyway, I gotta go. It's been an hour and 45, so I'm out. I'm gonna go do some shit today. Peace out.